and comedian Brian Copeland. Brian, thanks for joining us here on Live in the Bay.
Well, thanks for having me. It is so nostalgic to be back here in this building. So I was telling you, I worked in this building for years.
Which is so crazy. Yeah. You are a Bay Area legend. I know so many of our viewers are probably tuning in. They're like, wow, he's sitting here on the couch now, but it's in a totally different light, right? Because he used to be on TV every single day doing kind of what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's weird. I want to ask you questions. It's so weird.
It's probably weird, right? To like switch the roles.
It's totally weird.
Well, listen, we have to embrace it. I'm super glad that you're here. We're here to talk about your play, that longest running solo play in Bay Area theatrical history. 20 years you're celebrating Not a Genuine Black Man. Tell me all about the play and why this 20th year is so special.
Well, the whole thing started out as a fluke. I started out as a stand-up comic working clubs here and across the country for 20 years, and I decided I wanted to write a one-man show. So I got this advice to write about the piece of ground that I alone stood on that nobody else did. And I didn't know what that meant. So at the time I was working for KGO Radio. It used to be in this building.
Yeah.
And I got an anonymous letter from somebody saying that I wasn't a genuine black man. And I thought, bingo, that's my piece of ground. Why did people say that to me? And I thought about it, it's because I grew up in San Leandro at a time when San Leandro was well over 90% white and us, you know, I was the only black face in the room. So I decided to write a play about what it was like to be different, as well as what it was like to live with housing discrimination and those kinds of things in the East Bay. So the play was supposed to run for 6 weeks, and I was booked to play, I think it was the Improv in San Jose at the end of the 6 weeks, and people kept coming, and it ended up becoming the longest running solo play in Bay Area theater history. It went off Broadway, went to Los Angeles, 50 American cities, a book based on the play that's taught in schools. And Rob Reiner, who we'll talk about maybe a little bit later on, is developing it as a television series right now, and all kinds of things. So I've done 5 subsequent plays, and I decided since this April 20th is the 20th anniversary of its debut, I'm bringing it back. And it's also the 1000th performance.
Oh my gosh, man, so many amazing accomplishments for you. Thank you for breaking down that history too. Congratulations.
Thank you.
To see this just span over 20 years, the success that you've had with it. But you did mention something, I want to talk about that. This is actually now getting turned into a TV series or something with TV, right? Tell me the details.
Yeah, well, there's only so many details I can say.
I know it,
But what's happening is that Rob and I have written a script, and we've been working on developing it actually for a little bit over a year. And we have some meetings set up and some people who are interested, and hopefully before too long you'll see a dramatization of the play itself.
Okay, well, we are going to stay tuned for that. But now let's again switch gears to April 20th. Like you said, this is going to be its 20th anniversary. When and where can people catch this play and catch you in all the action?
Well, it's back to where it started, which is the Marsh in San Francisco on Valencia Street, 1062 Valencia Street. It's Saturday on the 20th at 5 o'clock, so it's an early show, and it's also my birthday.
Really?
On
That's
top
your
of
birthday.
that, it's my birthday too. So
happy early birthday.
Thank you. So there's going to be a party after. We'll do the show and the anniversary and cake and wine and all that stuff, and my birthday on top of it. So it's a big party.
It's gonna be a beautiful celebration.
So come out. Yes. What are you doing? Come on out.
I know. I gotta come out now, man. Got the official invite here at Live in the Bay. Okay, so not only is the play going on and a success for you, but you're also coming out with another book here pretty soon. Tell me the details, if you can.
I can.
As much as you can, please.
Without giving too much away. I'd always wanted to write a crime thrillers. I've been a mystery nut since the Hardy Boys when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And so during the shutdown, I was going crazy because I couldn't perform, and I was stuck in the house with my son, who's a musician. It was the two of us. So we had a routine where in the morning I'd get up and I would go in one room and I would just write. I started to write this book, and he would go in his room and would work on an album. And so by the time we were done, he had an album and I had this book. And it sold. And it's called Outraged, and it's a Bay Area story. It takes place throughout the Bay Area and throughout the East Bay. And the detective, the protagonist, is a TV investigative reporter who works in this building.
This building
literally
specifically,
works in this building, which is funny too.
That is so funny.
And his sister, who is a SFPD homicide, and it's called Outraged. And the publisher bought it, they liked it, and it's going to be a series, a book series, and they asked for a second one, and I wrote the second one, and the second one will come out in April of next year.
Okay, there you have it.
Yeah, so I just can't sit still.
You're a busy guy. I was going to say, between writing plays, writing books, being a comedian, doing all of these amazing things, how do you find that balance, Brian?
I have the attention span of a 5-year-old. I think that's really what it boils down to. The attention span of a 5-year-old.
You're like, I just can't sit still, man. I got to keep the creative juices flowing, right?
I'm writing in my head right now as we talk, as a matter of fact.
Hey, maybe I am a star in your next book or playwright or something, right?
I won't make you the one who did it in the next mystery. I promise.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. Okay, one final time, Brian. If people do come to see, and I know they will come to see the 20th anniversary of your play, what do you hope they take away from the experience, being that this is Bay Area history?
Well, what I want people to take away, and what the main theme of this has always been, is that everybody at some point is going to find themselves in a situation where they are the only one. Whether you're the only man, the only woman, the only Jew, the only Christian, the only black, the only white, the only whatever. And when you are the one who is different, how do you navigate those waters? You know, how do you survive without thinking that there's something wrong with you because you're the one who's different? And that's really what the takeaway is from the whole thing.
That's a beautiful takeaway and a very important message that we can all take away from. So, Brian, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
And it was an honor to have you here. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure to be back in the building.
Of course. We appreciate it.